Welcome to selfdiscoverymedia.com, where we discover the communities that are making a difference in the lives of others. Our self-discovery is something we are all making on our life's journey. Here you will find the people that will be your guidance, that will be your inspiration, that will be there for you in support on your journey of life. Do enjoy. Our next show is... Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Your Health is Your Choice right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. I am your host, Sara Troy, and my wonderful guest today is Roza Kornak. She wants to share something, a very best kept secret. She's an ex-BigPharma Scientist. She owns a doctorate in chemistry sciences, and she wants to share why she quit this very well-paying job and moved into a holistic self-employment. But one of the things that I like that she's written here is I didn't take forever as an answer. And that is something to do with her son. He became very sick and there wasn't an answer for him. And she knew that there had to be a solution out there. And so she went on the search looking for what that solution is of helping a compromising immune system. And every person would like to be in perfect health to the end of the days. So she's a healer, she's a practitioner. And she's got some secrets to share with us today. Plus she has a wonderful gift to share with us later on. But it's all about that wonderful redirect. And when something isn't working, you go and find out what is working. And through that due diligence, she has now found something that not only helped her son, but helps everyone else as well. So let's dissect her mind and dive right into there and find out what secret she's got for us. Welcome to the show, Roza.
Welcome, Sarah, and everyone who is connecting with us. Whenever you are in the world, I want to welcome you with all of my heart.
And most certainly is a heartfelt person. She sends me the most wonderful cards, and it's wonderful to receive cards because one doesn't do that anymore. So a very thoughtful person as well. But how about you start off by telling people where that redirect came in for you, love, that epiphany to leave your well-paid job, and go in this other direction.
Since I remember, I always felt people how they feeling. Mm-hmm. And that was very strange when I was a little one, because I didn't know if that is my own or others.
Yes.
So that got me to that journey to go into chemistry sciences, because I found out that I could not actually go into medical school. So the first best was for me to find a way. Maybe that will be some cure. Maybe that will be like some medical delivery system that will help people, because my dream always was heal people. So it was why I ended up in big pharma, because I did doctorate in chemistry sciences. I was studying nanoscience in the time when nobody was doing that, even in Poland, like that kind of using magnetic properties to bring substances to the right place. That was my idea. So you will not put the medication for the whole body, right, but to the place where the body actually needed. So that was how it all started. And when I moved to England, that was like, long story short, family must to be together. So I end up here 14 years ago, and I was working in big pharma. And the same time, I was actually studying a lot neuroscience. I was fascinated why it is, what causing that placebo effect works, nocebo effect works. Mm-hmm. The all mysteries, why is like that through the simple intention, you can heal yourself. Mm-hmm. And we know that. So where it is in comparison to the medication we are taking. So I was the person who was responsible in a lab to make sure that medication you are taking is safe for you. So levels of in assay, that is way of checking if the ingredients is in right level. That is the way if the toxification of ingredients is in the right level, and all ingredients towards each other if they are in right level. But on the way, I started study more and more, and I started to see more that actually what is on the other side, because nobody is checking how right now that medication working in the people bodies.
Mm.
We only hearing how many is deaths because of opiate addiction, how
Oh,
many.
yes, many.
Yeah, it actually break my heart,
Yeah.
to be fully honest, when I started to dig into it. And that was my breaking point, because my wish always was to heal people, don't to kill them.
Right. And, don't make them addicted to the medicine. Medicine is meant to be something that's
Exactly.
temporary to get you over something, temporary to heal. But there's always the other modalities that are the real healer. So, I'm on medication right now because I just had an operation, and it has an opioid, ingredient in there. And I'm being extremely conscientious of how
Mhm.
I'm taking it, because fully aware of how opioids can be very addictive. And we've had numerous deaths here this year due to opioid overdose. And so, I think the thing about pharmaceutical drugs is that they're great at, maybe addressing the immediate problem, but they're not great at the longevity healing, are they?
Exactly, and you are so right. And public is not informed as well, in my personal opinion, they should,
Yes.
about not only side effect, on that to scare people, that make actually, tick the box. They were informed, much more conscious,
Yeah.
informed, that through every paracetamol you take, every ibuprofen, cocodamol, and other related to that, just only this group taking, like look into that group, we already know that mitochondria get damaged through that process,
Yeah.
and your own production of glutathione, that is enzyme which is very important for you, uh, is decreasing.
Mm.
So we don't know that, and if we don't know that, we just like taking it because that is the way we're doing things. But there are better way to doing things.
Yeah. It's the immediate, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
immediate relief. And we don't realize sometimes that immediate relief is causing other damage. And again,
Mhm,
pharmaceutical, yeah, they all have their place. I had an operation. I'm on painkillers right now.
mhm.
And I will be on it just for a few days until I can deal with it. But then it's like, what else is the healing modality that is more healing to the body, that works with the body? Right? Because pharmaceutical doesn't always work with the body. It's like a band-aid effect. But when you look at the natural medicine, it is actually working with the chemistry in the body to heal you, and has a lot more benefits.
Yes. Oh, definitely. And I'm very happy that more and more doctors starting to
Mm.
actually seeing that as well. I in touch, is in my team, lovely Dr. Girl person who is anesthesiologist, and she her story really touched my heart, because she is talking about actually how anesthesia doctors are, they just looking holistically because they must. That
Yes.
is the only
Mm.
only the only kind of doctor, medical doctor, who need to look holistically. And so what she said lately, and I'm happy to give access to interview in my gift as well, for that interview she was giving lately, and she explained how actually is so important before even person go to the operation theater, to get the person in the right mindset. Because quoting her, if I can hear the spirit, if I
Yes.
can hear emotional part of that person first, I will use far less medication to
You,
get the people through and recover as well.
I completely agree with that. As I said, I just had a small operation on my foot. And when I went in, I had one nurse. She spent about half an hour with me, some questions, some prep, and all of that, putting me at ease, joking around with me. And then the doctor came to see me. And then when I went through, everybody was just so caring. And I thought, I had all of these pre-tests too, before I even went into the operating room. And it's like, I can't remember in past operations it being like that. It's like you didn't see anybody, you just went in and they cut and sliced and off you went. And it was really, really attentive and very attentive afterwards as well. And I
Mhm.
thought, this is definitely different. They're taking, as you said, more the compassionate, putting
Yeah.
people at ease, and so that they don't have to, you don't want somebody fearful going into an op,
Hmm.
right? You
Yeah.
want them calm, and definitely I could see that. So it does seem to be in more mainstream now happening, which I'm very glad to see.
Yes. Oh, big changes happening
Uh,
right now around the world and in that field as well. Because more, we hit like few years ago. It was the reason actually 6 years ago I quit big pharma because I come across documentary about do not harm,
mm,
and when I find out how many actually, and that is knowledge not this knowledge is not shared away.
yeah,
You will not hear about it in the press. Mm, the statistics are quite clear. The highest profession of people who actually kill themselves, they are suicidal, they are medical doctors and nurses.
yeah, yeah,
And that is heartbreaking because
yes,
there are those people who spent years to gain the knowledge,
mm,
but they find out, and I fully can understand because I felt the same when I did quit, because you losing your identity.
yeah,
Me being scientist, me working that job, that is why, and they are actually to acquire the knowledge, they spend a lot of money as well
yeah.
for that
Exactly.
studying.
I mean, somebody becomes a doctor or, a pharmacist or chemist or working in this industry because you want to find solutions. You
Yes,
want to
and
be
help.
there to serve people, right? That's
Yeah.
thing. You want people to be pain free and whatever the health problem is to go away, and you want to be a part of that equation. But how
Hmm.
we've looked at medicine in the past, it was too reliant on drugs or cutting something out, and just not really looking at the holistic. And of course, the best marriage is if you can get a medical doctor that's also respects and knows the holistic as well. That is
Hmm.
a wonderful marriage to have. And it's slowly, I think, happening with our younger doctors. But, things like nutrition, what vitamins and nutrients to take. As you said, even the psychological effect around it was not being practiced. And I think now it is being taken far more into consideration
Yes. Yeah.
and needed and needed.
Definitively. We have those the doctors. We know the best doctors are good sleep, proper intake of water,
Mhm.
vitamins,
Yes.
nutritions like food, movement. That
Yes.
is all very important because it all affect
Yeah.
everything.
Yes, it's not just a one solution, is it? I mean, when we're looking at the body, its chemistry is mind-blowing in itself.
Yeah.
And I think very often physicians may just look at the body mass and not look at the mental aspects or something. Or somebody is looking at the mental aspect and not realizing the effect it's having on the body. But we know that when people are stressed, when they're upset, when they're dis at ease, disease,
Hmm.
comes. And so it is, if you have to address the whole of the patient in order to heal the patient. It's not, okay, I had something I had to have removed on my foot. So, okay, it was just about the foot. But
Yes.
as I said, they were very caring to put me at ease before I went under. So,
Hmm.
but there are so many people like with cancer or with other problems that may be a question mark. They don't know what is wrong with the person. And
Hmm.
it can be fearful for somebody going, but what's wrong with me? And the doctor say, I don't know. But if it's like, we're going to find this out together. We're going to
Mhm.
research this together. It makes a person feel that they're not alone. So that's really, really important, isn't it? Because, something wrong with you is, or if fearful enough. But if everybody doesn't know what the hell's going on, it's not very good for the psyche.
Oh no, definitely. I agree. Is why my first go to when I was starting to see that I don't feel any longer like in my right place
Hmm.
here. I started to like parallelly study neuroscience
Hmm.
and how mind works, mind hacks, hypnosis, and all that aspect why we can actually and why actually we should let go in
Yeah.
many occasions. And was interesting to see that we manifesting in a body illness and problems in the right place based on that what actually is going on in our psyche, in our where we not let go. Is nothing unusual that people who cannot speak up stand for themselves. They have a voice problem. They have a tonsillitis problem. That
Mm.
was me, that after antibiotic, because that was the part that needed heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that is that became my new fascination. So
Mm.
it's why I just moved to therapeutic practices,
Yeah.
so to say.
Yeah. And the body will always tell you what's wrong,
Yeah.
right? Now you may have a pain here, but it's actually an indication, like if you can't breathe, is your voice being stifled?
Hmm.
Do you feel that nobody's hearing you? Because, there's always a reflection, like, are our chakras out of alignment? Right? What's troubling our minds, because it's going to reflect on our bodies. So there's always so many levels. And one of the things that being more therapeutic is that you are going to address those levels instead of just looking at what the main problem is and dealing with that. Because how did that main problem come about? Right? You have to backtrack, right?
Yeah.
As
Yes.
to where's the root of the problem. And Western medicine isn't always about the root of the problem.
Yes, but not anymore.
Getting there now.
We get in there. Of course, I was told that it will take usually 20 to 50 years before breakthroughs, and that what we can already find out in medical library.
Hmm.
To it get to GPs and to medical field like as we know. So but I have a very fascinating news to share. So we will go to that later on.
Okay, later on. Okay, that's one of the secrets we're going to be hearing. So your son became ill, right?
Yes.
And so
The,
this was also for you a shift in a different direction.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can have absolutely everything. Honestly, you can have a brilliant education.
Mm.
You can have a wonderful family. You can have a like brilliant job or business that function really, really well. But if something like that happened, I call it life happened,
Yes.
is changing you forever
Yeah.
because priority change. I knew that I need reinvent again myself, the same as I did when I did transition.
Hmm.
So we ended up in hospital many times for long time, for very long time, and nobody knows what's going on.
Mm.
Started very strangely with problem with walking, with pain which was moving around the legs, and we didn't know a hip as well. We didn't know what's going on. Diarrhea starting. So I knew that is not only nervousness
Hmm.
because of new school. I knew it's something more, and that was like more than weak. And obviously trying to get that opinion. Uh, from the different angle, but that was worse and worse and worse. And when we end up like for half a year in a hospital, we were living there.
Yes.
Honestly, day and night, that and night. I didn't sleep that time at all because I'm highly sensitive, and
Mm.
every
Oh.
move in hospital
Oh.
just wake me
Pick
up.
everybody up like a radar. Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And plus feeling other people energies there,
Mm.
and that was a very intense experience for my kid and for me.
Very
uh,
stressful.
very stressful. We didn't know. For one point, I took him back on a wheelchair to Poland to do like all blood tests, everything, because I wanted like dig more. I'm problem solver.
Hmm.
Doctors were talking, but they didn't giving me enough. my,
Right.
my my
Yeah.
science heart and heart was like not satisfied, so I needed like see myself. So we did that. And for inflammation markers, in his age should have a like 14 on a scale, but he had a 300. So you
Wow.
can imagine
Yeah.
where he was in that moment. So inflammation of a roof, um, that we thought maybe is arthritic side of that, because the markers or that were like over the roof as well. And finally they found out autoimmune disease and Crohn disease, and we know he was like on a verge of dying, to be fully
Mm.
honest, like really in bad shape. And he had all the gastro check-in. And after that he could not eat like very long time, like only a special milk drink
Yeah.
to gain the weight, because he lost huge amount of weight as well. And I remember as today, he was like the day when he was diagnosed, and doctors told him like openly what that means to have that illness. So that is forever. You will be on medication forever. You will that and that and that and that, and we will take your blood every single time when you are in hospital, because we need control you, and that. And he was like devastated.
Yes.
In
Yes.
half a day, completely crushed. If I could not imagine that after all the half a year, you can be even more crushed, but he was. And
Mm.
then he begged me, Mom, please find solution for me.
Yeah.
I cannot live like that. So I got on a quest to find. Yeah.
Like a mother does, right? A mother
Yeah.
warrior.
it
Especially with your background, there has to be a solution
it
here.
must be something. I knew that must be something already, somebody who get through something similar. I needed to find solution for him, because that was like 6 medication, and that was like immunotherapy is a new version of chemotherapy, and he was on drip. And a lot of going on, plus steroids as well,
Oh my God, no.
really really affected him a lot,
Yeah.
honestly. And that was like not nice experience, and for a long time as well. So my game and my intention was like, if I could help him, like even take half of that, of his shoulder, reduce that medication even half, that will be like brilliant.
Yes.
But what happened to me was like actually amazing, because all my answer were answered. I find a few things on the way, but what I want, what did the biggest impact, that was activators. I never heard about them. And guess, imagine myself, me who did doctorate, uh, don't knowing the pathway who is already discovered years ago,
Hmm.
that we have even like 13, that point was 13 years on the market, the product which actually can give relief. I was like furious why people don't know about it.
Right. Right. Because it wasn't medical, it was more holistic.
Yeah,
That's the question. That's the answer, isn't it? Yeah, the push medical and drugs, but holistic is in many, many areas is still woo-woo.
Oh, a friend of mine told me about it when we were exchanging information about CBD oil, about how that help in mental space,
Right.
and the person told me about that spouse of that person actually was using that activator, and that got me interested because I never heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I obviously, what I did requested, give me a science. I
Mm-hmm.
would love to see the science behind it. And I started to study it, and that was like what Washington State University wrote that in peer-reviewed study that is next medical breakthrough. Medical breakthrough, I understand penicillin, stem cells, that kind of
Yes.
thing. Yeah. And so, and they wrote it like that, not because that is a possibility, that was like article that combine all science they have till now moment,
Right.
because we have a few kind of science in a science world. One that is when you have a one thing and you dig in that one certain thing. For example, ascorbinic acid, and you dig how that will impact that, for example. Yeah. But if you will have study all around the world how that impact other areas,
Yes.
that is completely different weight to those study. And I was like very impressed, because I did find that actually that is very research pathway, and that pathway is all related to the peptide we all have in every single cell of our body. And
Mm.
that is absolutely amazing peptide, which is responsible for many function. And one of that is producing own antioxidant. We all know antioxidants
Yes.
are good for us. You have
Yes.
like fruits, we eating them,
Yeah.
you know.
Plumping up the cells. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, to reduce that oxidative stress, damage of the cells, free
Mm-hmm.
radicals. That
Mm-hmm.
is that kind of story. But we know, we know what I did find, not many doctors know,
No.
and not many nurses know what is actually oxidative stress.
Mm.
And they didn't even don't know that actually every single illness, you can go to the library of medicine, pubmed.gov, and type whatever you have a problem with, and oxidative stress together, and you will be amazed how many publication is already linking oxidative stress with certain kind of illness.
Mm.
And the question obviously was how to impact it, what to do, so we can stimulate something in the body that can itself reduce it. And guess what? We were created that way.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Being in tuned with the body, right? I think people forget the very simplicity of our cellular structure. I often refer to this as if metaphorically or physically, if the cellular structure breaks down, it has a domino effect on all of the other cells around it. And that's when you start seeing dis-ease and things coming up. And it's because of that cellular structure that is broken down. I refer to that as society. Each one of us is a cell in society. And if we're not bringing our best to
Mhm.
the structure, then we're going to be a part of the things that contaminate the other cells. And we don't look at that cellular structure, do we? At the
No,
core of, it, if it's plump and juicy and healthy, it's going to keep the rest of the organs healthy.
exactly. All starting in a cell, to be fully
Yes.
honest. And if the damage is occurring in a cell, damage is occurring in mitochondria. Mitochondria is a part of the cell. Mitochondria is actually engine that what brings energy and produce energy to the cell. And we obviously have a very important function in a cells to reproduce and actually cells can produce everything what is needed
Mm,
to sustain fully and completely. And coming back to that peptide, if I can,
mm,
uh, is interesting that is sitting on the wall of the cell and is waiting when, like, sensing what is needed right now. And if there is if that peptide is not active because it's switched off. And why is switch off? What the peptide is switched off when actually should be switched on?
mm.
And that is interesting, that what we eat,
Yes.
how we stress, but no matter what, if you are 2024, is switching up for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's starting the level of oxidative stress in a cell and damage in a cell, and then damage on the organ. And when is damage on the organ, you have like illness
Yes.
showing up. So it's starting going up after 25, 24, and we going. We call it we starting to aging, but that is not how we were designed, because
Right.
that peptide should be active non-stop.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing so many people in the hundreds, 100th birthday, 108th. There was somebody 117 the other day. And if you look at their lifestyle, they've, always tried to live stress-free. They live a very simple life, good,
Yeah,
wholesome food, live in a lot of gratitude, and, they don't partake in a lot of chemicals. Because one of the things we're forgetting nowadays is how much chemicalization is in our food and how much
huge.
damage does to our body, right? Because it's the wrong chemical in the body.
Yeah, yes, and body need to deal with it.
Hmm.
So if body need deal with it with that crap what we putting in, it doesn't have a time and the resources and energy to deal with other things, to
Yeah.
sustain
We're
us.
overloading. We're overloading the
Yeah.
body in its process. Whereas when
Mm-hmm.
we put in wholesome food, I mean, my daughter and her husband are vegans,
Mm-hmm.
and they like to grow their own food and eat as holistically as possible. And a lot of shows have done on veganism where it is very well balanced and very, very healthy, as long as you don't
Yes.
just lettuce, leaf, and a bit of veggies. That's not what veganism is. um, but it's putting less chemical in the body, and it's putting less stress on the body. So many people are having health benefits because of that. The thing is, we're not educated, are we? We're not educated as a people on how to look after our bodies. We get sick, we go to the doctor. Oh, I think you have this. Here's a prescription. All right.
Yeah.
And that is not the answer. Occasionally, antibiotics or this or that is needed, right? Certain drugs are needed as a temporary fix. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're looking at your health long term, you really need to understand that from the cellular structure to your psyche, your chakras, your aura, everything about you needs to be in sync, in harmony. Otherwise, you're going to go into distress.
Yeah. Yes.
But
So
how do we
there's
do it? Because we don't know.
I will tell you how to do it. Is that what amazed me about that what I discovered, that Dr. McCord spent his whole life. He
Mm,
get actually very well award, the same type of award like Marie Skłodowska for the impact to the science. What he actually discovered, how super oxide dismutase is very important enzyme, how actually in the body function. He discovered that and how the function, and it took quite a long time to find out how to stimulate it, and this way they find it, that pathway nrf2 and that peptide. So now we know that peptide do far more than only kickstart of the production on antioxidants,
mm,
but they that if we only know that, that is already massive.
Right.
Because if you take, and that what he put together, he go through 2000 combination of curves. He was trying to find a way to write combination that you can have and take it, natural product that can kickstart that peptide. And they found it. That found it, and when you take it, the body start in 24 hours. Is like stimulation of the peptide, and peptide is like flip the switch of the light. Peptide is like waking up. Okay, now we are talking.
Yes.
That need be done. Oh, I see inflammation, so you working, the toxin you working is just like improving all signaling through the whole cell. And because of that, cells starting like function back properly. And because of that, that all oxidative stress, free radical damage can be reversed with time and removed and rebuilt. And that is that having massive impact
Right.
for every single cells. And that is what actually is huge, because they tested people who are 80 years old and 30 years old, and they took them on the product. They just took, is a one pill. You will not believe it, how simple it is. That is one pill like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. We call it yellow little pill because it's yellow, because have a turmeric inside as
Oh, well,
well.
that's, yes, I was going to ask you about that because turmeric is a wonderful anti-inflammatory,
Yes,
right?
yes,
And inflammation. I think so many people suffer from inflammation today. I have fibromyalgia, which is mostly inflammation.
yeah,
And so, this ingredient that gets the peptide going is like a conductor, isn't it?
yeah. It is. Is actually, I would say, even different. That NRF2 peptide is a conductor,
Yes.
but what this doing is giving like wake up conductor, so
Hmm.
is not sitting in front of whole orchestra.
Right. Yeah. It's getting the music going.
Yeah, getting the music going, because it knows each instrument,
Right.
it notes, and it actually impact all that gene expression. We know already that. And it is quite remarkable, because coming back to those two group of people that were tested from the blood, how the oxidative level change in whole month, and then find out they all reduced 40% oxidative stress through the whole month, some even more.
Hmm.
So it doesn't matter if you were like 30 years old or 80 years old, it will reduce that oxidative stress in the blood, and what is going on, that will be far, far less damage.
Mm. So
Yeah.
does oxidative stress create the inflammation that weakens the
Yes.
immune system?
Yes.
So if you can get the oxidative stress down and all of your body being conducted into working properly because it's being energized, it
Yeah.
keeps the inflammation down,
Yeah.
right? And helps the immune system build up.
Yeah.
Simple. Why aren't we all
Is
on it?
exactly that is the question, because that is like yeah, I was speechless. I
Hmm.
had like few stages. You need to understand. First, when I did find out, I have like few nights didn't sleep, and not because I was
Yeah.
not allowed to sleep. I was like just sponging, reading everything, like
Hmm.
get all the knowledge into me, because I wanted to know. And then that was the anger. Why is kept the secret? Which is not a secret actually. It is in the
So
library of
it's just not in
medicine.
the mainstream. People aren't talking
Yeah,
about it, right?
yes, yes, yes. So yes, definitively not only inflammation, but we remember, like my son have a problem, arthritic problem, hugely massively as well, and he was like in a wheelchair, moving in a wheelchair in hospital. now he is biking to school.
Mm-hmm.
That all markers go completely down and is fully on a remission right now, more than a year and a half. And
Mm.
the results are phenomenal. And even on gastro level, 1 year, 1 year when from diagnosis, the same specialist checked
The
the
levels.
gut,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the gut, how gut look like. And he was like the last person for being checked, and that was 4 kids sign up for the day to do gastro check, and that is in full anesthesia as well, so that all parameters, everything, and before they let kids out of the hospital, they need make sure they are in good shape.
Yeah.
And guess what? He was the last one, but he was in the best shape. We were 2 hours allowed go 2 hours earlier to the home because of the results that the doctors could not believe it, to be fully honest. And that
Mm-hmm.
was like, she started to asking me, so I told her about that, what I'm doing, and she said, yeah, I believe in Ayurvedic medicine, I can see how that may work, but my question was, why not all kids on
Right.
that
But
here?
you've also got to realize that pharmaceutical reps are at the doctors all the time, at the
Yeah.
hospitals all the time, pitching their drugs because they've got the money behind them to do it. Holistic medicine doesn't always have that same money or marketing behind it. If they were also at the doctors, and also if it's holistic, is it what do you call it? The F something approved.
FDA.
Yes, FDA approved. And there's such an emphasis on FDA approved. And we know how long it takes to get FDA approved, how much money it takes to get FDA approved. So holistic very often gets lost in that because they don't have the same money behind them to do all of that. But if it's holistic, it's almost like concentrated good foods, right?
Mhm.
Good balance that we could intake on a certain scale, but now it's being kind of condensed down into a pill that will do it for you, that will ignite it faster for you. So a lot of the reason why we don't know about the holistic is there isn't the same money behind them, and there's so many obstacles because of the FDA and approval as to what they can, they maybe not be able to say can cure, but can
Mhm.
enhance the body because there are so many
Oh yeah,
limitations on it.
I actually should say the disclaimer here.
Mm.
Whatever I'm talking to you about, the yellow little pill from Tandem Products family is not for cure or medicate any disease.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we are very strong on it
Yeah.
because
Although people have improved their lives and are no longer on the drugs and no longer have the disease, it's not a cure.
it's
It
not
enhances the natural body to cure itself.
but that is actually 100% sure, because in that tablets, I did told you about NRF2, that is pathway NRF1 as well, which heal mitochondria and enhance mitochondria to give them more energy, and that is very important too. But what it happened, that we don't need those herbs. That is not traditional supplementation,
Mhm.
and is why we are disturbing somehow that old style of medicine and even supplementation market, to be fully honest, because you don't need those herbs. But in that synergy, as they are, in that form, it works as activator
Yeah.
of that peptide pathway, and is why if that peptide work, that peptide is orchestrating all the changes and all the gene expressions, so all the markers are correct, because now you have a situation that cell knows, oh my god, that is something would need be removed,
Mhm.
and that is some grow up which doesn't should be here.
Right.
So body regulate that. Is not that supplement cure curing
Yeah.
that.
No, it's igniting it, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's been, it's switching the generator on because
yeah,
when you look at the body, it is an amazing healer of itself.
yeah,
But there has to be the mental approach to it, the spiritual approach to it, and the physical approach to it. And so, this is why
correct.
the show is called Your Health is Your Choice, because there is
Exactly.
always a choice. It's just investigating what that choice is. And this is why we say to people about being meditative and being calm, because you're enabling your own body to find its solution. So
Hmm.
what this pill is doing is igniting the peptide to switch off the antioxidant and get the whole other body, the orchestra, going so it
Hmm.
create its own symphony.
Yes, yeah, symphony of healing and
Hmm.
good health.
Yeah.
Because what I did find that those who have some health challenges, body is taking care of it. But those who are in good shape, oh my goodness, I know people who decided to take it just only because of curiosity level.
Mm.
Some healers who never ever see doctors in lifetime. And the lady, 70 something years old, oh my God, my eyesight. I
Yeah.
was not able to driving on after sunset, and now I'm driving no problem. She come back to driving, and she reads now without glasses.
Mm.
Like after 2 years of that was year only on activation, but she is like reverse of all of that, and I was like, oh, mamma mia,
Yeah.
what's
Well,
going
I
on
mean, what
here?
it's doing is just, the body goes through wear and tear,
Yeah.
right? And things start, slowing down. And so basically, what this pill is doing is just pushing forth and energizing the whole body process in keeping the production going,
Hmm.
right? And that's what, as I said, the body in itself is just
Amazing.
miraculous, but
Yeah.
it needs help as we age. And, we live in a very stressful life. And, let's look at the pandemic right now. The
Yes.
defense you have against the pandemic right now is a strong immune system, as well as common sense, mask, hands, distance, right? But a strong immune system will defend you. And that's something that's really, really important because it's not just the corona out there. There's so many things out there now. And if you've got a strong immune system and your body is optimizing at its full power, then you are throwing away the glasses. And, I mean, I do suffer a great deal from inflammation. It's
Mm-hmm.
the fibromyalgia causes IBS and restless leg syndrome, and you name it. It's got a huge
Mm-hmm.
umbrella there, and I know it's all inflammation based. So I take a lot of turmeric, but on its own, it's not going to do it. And one of the things is a lack of energy. And so anything that could help me get my energy back and get my body back
Mm-hmm.
in sync with itself, I'm on board for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, don't wonder why, because many people need that. Many
Yes.
people need that, and that what amazed me as well is that you can bring all of other aspects, but
Mhm.
when you're missing some aspects of
Yeah.
that holistic
Yeah.
approach, it will obviously impact whole body again. Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm very thankful that you coming back to that to remind people, because it has effect on people. And that my kid was too young to actually to have a NRF1 activator taken, and that is on a capsule form, because was too young. But it is all related. Even gut health is
Yes.
all related. So I wanted to talk about like that essential thing, what your body need. It need healthy gut. So
Yes.
we need a
Yes.
proper bacteria inside them, and we don't cannot rely on that what we have in a shop, I'm afraid. like
Uh,
that yogurt with sugar and additives.
yeah,
You will
yeah.
never ever be able to replenish that. But is so many a good way to do it, like use fermented food as well. Or what I did, I gave my son probio, but I gave him like half a year later because we didn't have it in UK at all. So that is, and only people in Canada and America have it before. That like small
What
small
does that
boy.
do?
What it does do, it brings 6 different bacteria to your gut, but in very unique way because it's starting release after get through the stomach acid. So it will start release bacteria later on where it is needed in the right place as well. So it's like very unique system of release. But what I like it even more, they added well immune. That is another thing, natural, natural one, who is so smart that can find out where is inflammation in your body.
Mm,
So this is what I will call supplementation because you need the bacteria in your gut in right place as well, and stomach will kill it. To be fully honest, most of probio will be killed in your stomach.
right.
So that is like another thing. If you want, think about emotional response that is coming from your gut.
Yes. Yes.
Immune system is coming from your gut. So that will, NRF2 will do it for you, that for sure, but will take longer. So if you can support
Yes.
gut as well, it will be quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful host on here who did a show for 5 years on Wise Health. And she's in her 80s. She looks absolutely amazing. She called us the snake oil woman because back in the 60s, well, everybody kind of, she was promoting all of this stuff. But she's saying the colon, the liver, and the kidney are the most important organs in your body. They break down everything else. And we
Mhm.
don't pay attention. Our kidneys need to be flushed properly, our liver needs to be cleansed properly, and our colon needs to be balanced. And if it
Yeah.
isn't, it upsets everything else.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So I'm just bringing that to the people who have a leaky gut or that might have a problem with with God. They know already they have a problem, so that definitively did speed up the process. Yeah.
And people, when you go bacteria, you go, well, I don't want bacteria in my body. Yes, you need good bacteria.
Oh
There's bad
yes.
bacteria and good bacteria, and the good bacteria is essential to your body for it to
Mm-hmm.
work, right? So it's, people hear bacteria, oh, it must be bad. And
No,
it's like when
no.
you put on antibiotics, it kills all bacteria, the good as well. That's why you need to go on lots of
Mm-hmm.
puffers.
Yes, and that is not common knowledge here
Yeah.
in UK. For example, uh, I've been on antibiotics many, many times, and that was the biggest surprise for me because in Poland, always after you get the probio series prescribed by your doctor.
Hmm.
When I said that here, they look at me very strangely and said, "You don't need that."
Right.
Yeah, but that I think that now years later, that knowledge is much more common.
Yes. Yeah. It's, we're not knocking drugs, they have their place.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at good health and sustaining good health, you need to go to the holistic that is going to activate your body into doing what it can do naturally. You need to help it. And that, goes for the food you put in, goes into keeping your stress down, but it just those nutritionals that can activate your and support your own body. And we people who have a sluggish bodies will have a sluggish mind, right? Everything slows down. And when you speed it back up again, give it the proper energy, everything will start working optimizedly. And that means you have a sharper brain as well.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. I have a people who decided to come back to the study. I had a clients who told me, "Oh my God, I can now encounter new hobbies
Yes.
because they have a brain capacity again back. And yes, stories like a
Memory,
power.
I can imagine it will
Yeah,
sharpen the memory,
that does.
and reflexes. As I say, bodies will deteriorate as they go, especially according to what's gone on in your life,
Hmm.
physically, if you've used your body a lot, or if you've had accidents or this or that, your body's going to have the wear and tear. And,
Yeah.
we spend probably more time and money on our car maintaining our vehicle than we do the vehicle that we are in. Right.
Yes.
And so a lot of that comes from the fact that we don't know. And of course, you'll get on social media, you'll get everything else, blast, 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 the latest, the this, the that. But where is the science behind it?
Hmm.
Because you come from a science background, and for you, you're going to dissect everything right down to the very, but last ingredient. You have found something that that completely works, because it's not just the proof in it, but the
Yeah.
science makes sense.
Yes. Yes, and is why I love it,
Mm.
because that is the only thing to merit the two words I was and I am still belong to, because it's like science and that what we call woo woo, but actually natural healing that
Yes.
itself what is invisible but impact us so much.
Hmm.
So definitively, I'm forever grateful that we have it. It is like we have it available for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. And, that's the thing is, there is always, always a solution. And, it's like the person who found a tapping. His wife had cancer. And he
Hmm.
just thought, well, what about if we touch the meridians and we speak to the body about rechanging its programming and how it looks at something? And, a lot of that at the time was what, tapping? What are you talking about? Acupuncture? What are you talking about? But the more we open up our minds and to realize that there is always something holistically we can address
Hmm.
because everything around us is energy.
Hmm.
We are energy. And what happens when our bodies break down is that our energy, our chi, is not flowing properly in our body. When the energy is flowing properly right through our body, everything is working properly. But if that energy gets blocked anywhere, then, that's where it starts causing the problems. And, we're not like a cell phone where we can plug ourselves in and charge up. Right?
Exactly.
It's we need to put something in our body that allows our own body to generate the energy it needs in order to maintain this vehicle.
Exactly. And I am example of that. When I moved to that healing space, I did quite a lot of self-healing uh, technique. I wanted actually to heal myself naturally as much as possible, because I did have adrenal fatigue, chronic actually, and I have a migraine so often as well,
Hmm.
and my tonsillitis always like was knocking every few months. That was infection going on, or viral infection
Hmm.
non-stop. There was something going on, and I was releasing, I was doing, and that was for the moment. And I didn't have enough energy
Yes.
to do it like fully. And when I started activated myself, that was decision only to be on the pathway together with my kid, because I found that, and I thought everyone who breathe oxygen should have it, you
Yes.
know. So
Yes.
experimentator in me, I let me do it together, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was amazed first how quickly I regained the sleep, proper sleep and deep sleep, because I never ever before slept like fully deep. I
Right.
was
No, no,
wake
me.
as a highly sensitive person. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
you did a pin drop in the kitchen
Yes.
downstairs. You
Yes.
hear it,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that my body was able to relax to that level, that I was able to, and I'm still able to sleep very deep till morning.
And
And that was
that's
like,
where the body regenerates itself in that deep sleep.
yes,
Yes.
yes. And I, like 3 months later, I found out, oh wow, where is my viral infection? That is now the
Right.
time for that,
Yeah.
and where is my migraine? And so every month that was something new I discovered that I
Mm,
dropped, my body dropped. And now I'm celebrating because it's like in March will be 3 years when I actually didn't take any antibiotics.
yay.
And before I used them like quite often, not because I wanted, I was very like conscious, don't take them, but if you are in a shape, you must.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is not the choice. So I am that example that body, like me, because I'm talking about my personal experience here,
Right.
that you can actually, if you give the body what the body needs, body will sort itself.
Yeah. I mean, all of it just makes so much sense. The antioxidization
Hmm.
is definitely needed. The activation of our own body's defenses, the energy that it needs in order to cope with things. And, I've had fibro now for 23 years, going on 24. And it's, one of the worst things is the constant fatigue and the sluggishness, and it's constant inflammation. And I've tried all sorts of things,
Oh,
and
me
so
too.
yeah, right. So, I need something that can help my body repair itself, give that support in honor of my body, saying you're not alone. Here is something that's going to support you so that you can, heal yourself. And the body is very capable of doing that, but it does need the right fuel, the right support in
Yeah,
it in order to do it.
exactly. Fully agree.
Mm. So, you are now selling these pills.
I decided in a process because I started to be a customer. First
Hmm.
of all, I bought it for myself from independent distributor, but on a way because I already have a lot of practitioners, a lot of people who helping others, a lot
Hmm.
of people who are in a service to others. They were looking for solution, right solution, and they were asking me actually what to do because we had a like big disaster happening in Canada and Australia because they shut the borders and we could not ship their CBD oil. So they were asking me, what now?
Yeah.
And that was actually breaking my heart to hearing other, like, if you have a testimonials reading like that something help people and they looking for solution and what now. I decided, okay, let's become a distributor because I know this is the thing, that is what I can actually, as a scientist and as a me put my heart behind,
Yeah.
and yeah, and now I actually advocate and I train therapist. I help people to understand what that product does. Yeah.
Which is important. Um, again, there's always an answer out there. And, when you haven't got the millions like pharmaceutical companies have to push a product, and we don't need any more chemicalization.
No.
We know that, I think that one of the vaccines that they're coming out for Corona isn't putting the Corona in you, but reprogramming you to reject the coronavirus. So it's the body being told you don't want this, and so the corona has nowhere to go. And I think that is kind of what we're doing, is by putting something like these ingredients into your body, you're resetting your body. It's reprogramming your body and giving it the support, the generator, the conductor, and we're giving it the support that it needs, by reprogramming the body, saying, we're supporting you. And if the body knows that it's being supported, it's willing to please.
Yes, the thing is that what I'm talking about this activation is nutrigenomics, is a new way, new aspect of science, which was born not far ago to show actually how nutrients how nutrients impact genome in the right way,
Yeah.
because we not manipulate it like in a synthetic way. That is very, very, very important,
Right. Yeah.
because is that what we actually only switch on the pathway that it belongs, and that we have a blueprint. The
Right.
conductor know what to do and what
Yes.
instrument what should play. The conductor just need wake up.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. So you're waking up the conductor, and the other pill is calming the stomach, keeping the acids down. So the two of them together, I mean, an acidic stomach, whether whether it's IBS or Crohn's, or just gassy, or not unable to digest your food properly.
Yeah.
All of this has an effect. Your colon, as I said, colon, kidney, and liver, hellishly important. And if they're either one of those are in distress, they're going to distress everything else. So keeping the stomach acids down and keeping it calm, getting the conductor going and igniting production, it's really bringing balance to the body, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, exactly. That this probio that brings right bacteria to the right place, and they find where inflammation is in a gut,
Yeah.
and they do it. That I'm not sure if they will actually reduce the acid level, but that might be done through the NRF2 pathway,
Right. Right.
because that is what I experience, and is why I want to bring it, because I'm not sure that will be that, but it will impact digestion system. You are 100% right,
And if
because
you've
it's
got
that
that
what.
digestion system working properly,
Yeah.
then you're not going to end up with all the other problems.
Yes.
All the, as the acidophilus, not being able to
Yeah.
digest properly, it causes all of this to react. And, it's whether it's leaky gut or anything else, it's in distress, and you're
Yes.
not processing your food properly. So you're not
And
getting the nutrients out of your food that you need to have.
yes, is what I'm talking a lot. That imagine kitchen. When
Mm,
you have in a kitchen, that is another analogy I love about NRF2, and mitochondria dysfunction and mitochondria repair, NRF1, and probio. You have a kitchen when it's everything what you wish, all equipment, the best one in the world, and all ingredients, organic, fresh
yeah.
produce, whatever. If you don't have their cook
Right. Yes.
to cook the meal,
Yeah. Yeah. Then what are the gadgets for? Yeah.
yeah, when your cook doesn't have the energy to cook,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Then it
yeah,
becomes takeout.
yeah. Yes.
So, how do people get hold of this product? And I know that you also have a special offer. So, can you tell us more about the process?
The process is very simple. Everyone can order through my website. There is a shop, and they can go and order. What I advise to get them three together, like activated essentials. So it's NRF2, NRF1, and that probio, that can buy it in bundle. That will give them like 48% reduction of the price
Mhm.
when they are on a subscription. So it's very, very nice price effective.
Mhm.
And that is that those products are not something what you take in just only 1 month. You need to give it a try for longer, because your body accumulated oxidative stress, and you need to give it a time.
Yeah. Everything
Probio,
is a 3-month cycle with the body anyway. It needs a
we
90-day at least in order to change the chemistry.
yes, and with NRF2, we already know, because that science was done for that, because that is what Dr. McCord wanted to know, how
Mhm.
actually will take, how long it will take to body remove that all the rubbish from
Yeah.
what is already accumulated. So we know that is 1 month per decade of our life. So if somebody is 20, so we will need only 3 months, is like +1. 3 months they are done to remove everything what they accumulated. If somebody is 80, it will be taking longer,
Right.
but they will have a much bigger result
Right.
quickly
Yeah.
because is of that 40% reduction in first month already. So the system is simple. They go to the shop and they buy whatever they need. If somebody need talk, I'm open to talk with anyone who needs some, reassurance. What they, how they will take it. And usually people want to know that if that will be interact with medication. We know that definitively NRF2 cannot be taken in the case when somebody had an organ transplant. Yeah, because blockers, immunoblockers, are very specific and will work in the same pathway. So in that case, they cannot take it. Yeah, and if they are on active chemotherapy, they cannot take it either.
If they're
Yeah,
on, sorry, on what?
active chemotherapy.
What? Oh, chemotherapy?
Yeah, if
Oh,
they are right now in that
right.
moment on chemotherapy, they cannot take it. That is for sure.
Right. Well, that
So
kills everything, chemotherapy, doesn't it? So,
yeah,
yeah.
it absolutely no. So when they want to recover,
Yeah.
is we know that people have a glutathione injection after chemotherapy to allow body recover
Yes.
quicker. So I have a very good news for all those people who need that kind of support. Your own body through activation that peptide will increase up to 300% production on your own glutathione levels. And we have a science to back it up.
Right.
And is phenomenal because of that. Yeah. So yeah, I have a like calendar. I do consultation with people who would like to know more. I'm open to chat, but I will prepare for you. I have the community of biohackers that we share testimonials, and we I can allow you there, and as well form of PDF. What is NRF2 activation? What is NRF1 activation? So you understand ingredients and everything what is inside of that. So I not bring that all that info here because you can read it
Right.
in a
Yeah.
document.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, if that will be
Um,
helpful.
and people can digest it at their own level. Yes.
Yes,
So, what is your site? How do people get to you?
my site is roza.kornak. Oh, because
Brain fart.
I work no because I use like two of them, and we're gonna leave it because I am not sure if that is the dot between them.
Okay,
My
well, we do need
mine,
it for the audio, so if you want to quickly look it up so people who are listening
okay,
know the right site to go
yeah,
to.
yes, yes, I will do it. I will do it right now.
And this can be bought in Europe and it can be bought in North America.
That, yes, what I like about it that if you go to the main website, you can choose the flag and the market,
Right.
and it will redirect you to certain markets. So it you can buy it in America, you can buy it in Canada, you can buy it in Australia, New Zealand, many places. In
Excellent.
Europe, in UK, Germany, Holland, and Ireland. So when your country is flag of your country is there, that means you can buy it there.
Right.
And that is HTTPS and uh,
Slash
double
slash semicolon.
slash
Yeah.
slash slash Roza Kornak is together.
Can you spell
So
that for people, love, who are listening?
yes, ROZAKORNAK dot, and that is livantage.com, LIFEVANTAGE .com.
Okay.
So Roza Kornak .livantage.com.
Okay. And they can find everything there. The PDF that you will have, they've been able to order. And of course, if somebody really gets onto this product and really likes it and sees the change in it, they can also sign up to be a distributor.
Oh yes, we truly looking for the people who have a heart to
Mm,
other people. I am very proud that a lot of people to come across to me, they were attracted to me. We have in a team beautiful health practitioners, yoga teachers, musicians,
mhm.
people who actually love loving on people and
Yeah,
care about people. And if you even don't have a holistic background, but you are loving holistic approach to health, you can help as well,
right,
because all the knowledge is there, and we can like take what we can train you. It's not
right,
a problem, because we have all materials. It's not that you need to be a scientist to be
right.
a distributor. No, we just need those people. Is why that we doing it through network,
Yeah.
because we that is the only way we can actually spread the word.
Right. And the thing is, testimony speaks volumes. When,
Yes,
you know, when you've actually been on the product and you can give a testimony of how it's changed your life, then
yes,
that's an invitation for someone to go, well, if it works for you, I'm certainly going to give it a try and see if it works for me. And, but, you know, going back to the time period, you know, everything when you take a nutritional, your cellular structure changes every 90 days
yes,
anyway. So
yes,
as you said, you've got to give it that 90 days because it's got to undo all the damage, and then it will start working on replenishing the body. So this is something I would say at least give 6 months, 3 months for it to undo, 3 months for it to replenish, for you
yes.
to really see the difference. Do not look for the quick fix, because
No,
you
no,
know, however your body is damaged, it's going to take the time to repair it. And so patience and persistence.
exactly. So how many years? I always ask, how many years it took your body to develop that illness?
Yes, exactly. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, you know,
and
don't expect it to be gone overnight, you know.
we obviously that I'm saying everything before that 1 month per decade
Hmm.
is extra and is a reason to celebrate, and is like a nice thing to celebrate. We actually don't, we cannot feel gene expression, and you know, that is something what we need keep in mind,
Yeah,
that that body really truly need time. But you will be amazed what body can do for you if you will give it
the support.
the support.
Yeah,
Yeah, the support.
exactly. And you know, it's the free radicals, you know, they're pretty vicious. So if you
Oh
can
yeah,
activate, you know, and get those cellular structures up plump and juicy, if the body can be energized into its own productivity, you know, you sleep better, you haven't got the sluggishness, you've got more energy to do things, your body is working with you, not against you, and it's a way of honoring your vessel.
yes, yes, exactly. And I will give as well to Sarah the link to invitation for you to my mailing list, so this way you can hear from us about Dr. Gale
Mm,
experience and other doctors' experience, because that is, I'm sending that through the email.
right. Wonderful. Um, you know, it's always good when you hear testimonies of people that have been in dire trouble, and you know they discovered something that works, and then you know your son is wonderfully healthy today, you're healthy today, and in that passion, you know, the reason why you became the scientist in the first place was to help people. And
Yeah.
basically, all it is that you've done, instead of going from the pharmaceutical chemical, you've gone now to, the science and the chemicalization of natural products and how they put together, because it's always about those ingredients that complement each other, that now complement the body. And that's really what it is, isn't it? You're not in there with a chemical pill that's only going to hit one thing but cause side effects. When you watch I don't know if you get it in England, but here in North America, they'll have a pill for arthritis, a pill for depression, and it'll be suicide may be a side effect.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, why would you even take that? Why would you even take the chance? And so, having something that's holistic, that the body really is in harmony with, and that you're doing it good, is a great deal of peace of mind, because you're not worrying about side effects, the good ones, which is
Yeah,
really important.
everyone love more energy. Everyone love more energy.
Yeah,
Definitively.
we've got more demands on us today. Mentally, physically, emotionally, we have more demands on us, and it can be rather exasperating and fatiguing. And so if you can give your body, your mind, your heart, your soul the support it needs, that means, you know how to cope with it. You know where to put your energy and where not to. So that's very, very important. But the body needs support, folks. Your health is
Yes,
your choice. Make the right
your
choice
health. Yeah,
to support your body. So yeah, I'm
exactly.
definitely looking into it, because I'm sick of the fibro, and I want my energy. Yeah, I feel
And
like a cell phone that never fully charges.
is not about to extending your life, but to be fully honest, is about to extend quality of your health.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I would like to die young.
You want to die young?
Yes.
What do you mean die young?
Die young, exactly. Not that I will die 20 years old,
Right.
I'm already 44. I want my body stay healthy.
Oh, right. Right. So you
In
want your body to be youthful when the time comes, right?
Yes,
Yes. Yeah.
yes. I keep my body healthy and function, and where is time the right time to me to departure,
Yeah.
not because of
It's not
damage
because
of
of
my.
disease, right? Exactly. It's your time to exit, but it's not because your body is diseased and shutting you down. Right, I
Yes,
understand. Yeah. So it's not die young, die healthy.
die healthy. Okay, thank you for that correction.
And we are seeing today so many people. I mean, I'm 66. We're seeing so many people in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, still being productive and having full productive lives. And, we just want the energy to be able to do it, because at this time of life, we've gained the wisdom, right? We've
Yes,
gained the knowledge, and we've got the passion and the conviction to do what we want to do. And so, very often our bodies let us down.
yeah,
And that partnership of your body being fruitful and abundant will match the enthusiasm of our exuberance. And we'll just live a far more productive and fruitful life for everybody.
yes.
An important one to do. This has been wonderful, Rosa. Thank you. I'm certainly going to be
Thank you.
looking at that site. As I said, I need help, most certainly. I've tried many things, and, they've helped somewhat, but I need something that really does go. And I know turmeric is huge. I take that anyway for the anti-inflammation.
Mhm.
But, having the other ingredients in there that, as you say, activate the body. They're not there to change the chemistry of the body. They're there to help the body support and heal itself. So that's the
Exactly.
difference. Yeah. And that's what we need. And we all need it. We all need that more energy, more clarity. We all need to give our bodies a chance to maintain itself. And what a difference we'll see in our lives when we have that, and how much more we can then do and contribute to the world.
Oh
So,
yes. Oh yes. I cannot imagine myself to coming back like 2 years, 3 years,
yeah,
and be in the same place when I was there,
yeah,
not anymore. And people who knows me say, "Oh my God, what you doing? You have energy."
yeah,
Well,
yes,
and is why I want to thank you so much for invitation, and all of you who listen. Whenever you tune in, thank you for your time, and
Yes.
thank you for open mind as well,
Yeah.
and thank you for bringing that knowledge for you as well, and please share, because I know you make massive difference for somebody else who will cross your path, because if not one person who I met online on a live, we decided just say hello, how you doing, how is life, we decided to chat each other.
Yeah.
If that person will selfishly keep it secret, I would
Yeah.
not be today with you.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And, when you've got good news, you want to share it. When you found a solution, you want to share it. And, all we can do is try it. Be willing to be open and try it. Give it the 6 months. One thing you've got to understand about any form of nutritional, it's not just taken for a period when you're feeling good. It becomes a maintenance program, right? Just like good food in your body, good exercise, good mindset, it's all about maintenance. So you do the repair, you energize the body, and you keep it energized through the maintenance. And
Yes.
we have to stop spending our money elsewhere and start putting it in our bodies, because I don't care what you're driving on the outside, but this body's driving you to the day you go. So you may as well optimize it.
Amen, sister. Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That is one more thing, if I can.
Yes.
When when this person told me about this product, and I get through the science, I didn't see website yet. In my mind, I have that, like, that only that NRF2 will be cost like 120 pounds or dollars. It
Right.
was my, like, is that what I was willing to pay, like, straight away to
Right.
help my kid? And when I find out it is like 47 pounds, $50,
Right.
for the bottle like that, that was like quick decision for me and for my son right now, please,
Yes.
because I understood that. And yes, we can have everything in life, as I said, beautiful business, you can
Mm.
have an excellent job, but if you are ill,
You don't get to enjoy it. Right? You just don't get to enjoy it. How many people get to a point in life and they go, I've really got the time to enjoy myself now, or time to go and do what I want to do, and I can't because of illness or because of fatigue or because I'm run down. And that's the time you need to put, what you need to put back in your body so that it can match your enthusiasm for life.
yes,
So that's the important thing. I'm certainly looking into it for myself. As I said, tired of having the fibro, and anything that will help, most certainly. But it all makes sense. It's very simple and it makes sense. The body is capable of healing itself if you give it the right push, the right ingredients, the right support.
yes, exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Rosa. This has been wonderful news. Most certainly we'll be pointing this out. And, we're at the end of the year now. And, this is a good time for people to go, you know what? 2021 is about my health. 2021, I'm going to put the right ingredients into my body so I can cope with whatever is out there and make 2021 a good, prosperous year for me. But it starts, as we say, emotionally, spiritually from the inside out, but it literally starts from the inside out by feeding you right organs. So, why not treat yourself for Christmas? Buy this product, put it under the tree, and go, this is what I'm investing in myself
Yes,
for the new year. And, put yourself as a priority, right?
I fully agree on that. And guess what? For me, now it's not even a question, because I treat that. I take essentials, one, two, and probio every day is my essentials, because that is food for myself,
Yes.
myself, and is why if you have a budget daily to buy your food,
Yeah,
you don't question about it, you need it, you need, and that is in my budget for the whole month, for my, what
exactly. It's part of
my
your food
cells
thing,
eat.
right? Exactly. And if you're going to go and spend $5 on a latte, right? One latte less and get better ingredients in your body. It's prioritizing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So please invest in your body. You will find your mind, your psyche, your spirit, your body, everything will work with you. You've just got to support it. And it's no more complain, do something about it. Your son is doing well, you are doing well. Look at where you both were, look at where you are now. So the proof is in the pudding. And all anybody can do is give it a try. Give it the 6-month try. And if you don't feel better at the end of it, then there's obviously something more wrong than not. But uh, probably most likely it will be the difference that you see in yourself will just be, who am I now? I didn't realize how much was holding me back. And,
Mhm.
having that rejuvenation is something we all want because it matches what we want to do. How many of us can't do what we want to do because our bodies won't let us? Right? Imagine we giving our bodies the support it needs, and now the body isn't going to hold us back.
Yes, I remember the time when I was coming back from big pharma lab to home. I was 14 years outside of the house and I was coming back and I needed sleep
Yeah.
before I was able to do anything. And my kid was at home and I could not just go and spend first 3 hours to play, to do things because I was exhausted.
Hmm. Yeah.
I never want come back to that.
No,
Never,
no,
never, ever.
no clock turning back, most certainly, only forward. And the conviction and the passion now is definitely
Mm.
there. So thank you so much, Rosa, and for this wonderful end of year, beginning of new year investment into ourselves, because there is always a solution if we're willing to step into it. And, it's why not give your body a chance, right? And just see where you can go, because boy, it all starts from there, inside out on all of the levels, but feed those organs so they can support you, right?
Make a beautiful orchestra.
Yes, exactly.
Play,
Yes, have
play,
your body
because the
be the
orchestra,
symphony. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
orchestra is there. You just
Yes,
only need that conductor to wake up.
yes, exactly. Get the music going in you for sure. That's something we all need to have inside of us. So thank you so much for sharing with us today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here. And, folks, there's always a solution. You've just got to reach out. So it's Roza Kornak, kornakadvantage.com.
Advantage.com, and find me on a Facebook, Roza Kornak. Find me on a LinkedIn, Roza Kornak. If you not get it, that website, I will get it to you. That is for sure.
Okay, most certainly. And as you said, you're open to conversation. Just to,
Always.
always, and you've got all the data there for the people who want the data as well. So it's a no-brainer, right? A no-brainer. Well, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very prosperous New Year. And thank you for, sharing the ingredients that can give us all a prosperous New Year. So now we've just got to take the action. So thanks so much, Rosa.
Thank you so much, Sarah, and all of you who was listening.
And until next time, folks, remember there is always solution. Your health is your choice. This is a very good choice to make. It's simple, it works with your body, and it allows you to be the best and everything that you're meant to be. So until next time, bye for now.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show. We look forward to bringing you more shows. Please go to selfdiscoverymedia.com/shows and you will see the incredible lineup of genres and shows that we have for you. We are here to make a difference in your life. Thank you for listening.